but nobody is willing to believe the government. The borrowing number has been understated by assuming that there will be disinvestment revenues of rupees 1.75 lakh crore. The record of this government on disinvestment is poor. The government has also assumed that tax revenues will increase by 15%, another questionable assumption. The revenue deficit 5.1% and fiscal deficit 6.8% numbers for 21-22 will send alarm signals to the rest of the world, especially the investors and international lenders. Their apprehensions should have been allayed by laying out a credible fiscal correction path year by year until the year when the fiscal deficit will be 3% or less. Nothing of that sort was attempted by the FM. On the contrary, her target was 4.5% by 2025-26. Investors and lenders will bristle. There was a huge expectation that there will be a significant increase in government expenditure to offset sluggish private investment and private consumption. The numbers show the total government expenditure will see a paltry rise from rupees 34 lakh 50,000 crore to rupees 34 lakh 83,000 crore, an increase of barely 33,000 crore. The farm sector has been shortchanged. The budget allocation for agriculture and allied activities has been reduced, I repeat, reduced from 1,54,775 crore in the BE of the current year to rupees 1,48,301 crore in the BE of the next year. Of total expenditure, the proportion has been reduced, I repeat, reduced from 5.1% to 4.3%. The budget allocation for market intervention scheme and price support scheme has been slashed from 2,000 crore rupees to 1,501 crore rupees. The budget allocation for PM Kisan Samman Nidhi has been reduced from 75,000 crore rupees to 65,000 crore rupees. MSMEs were dismissed in one sentence, an allocation of 15,700 crore. This is like providing a fistful of votes to a hungry elephant. Nothing was mentioned about providing liberal, low-interest loans, working capital, or moratorium. Nothing will be done to revive closed units or to recover the millions of jobs that were lost. The FM seems to be unaware that thousands of MSMEs, especially micro and small units, have been closed permanently. A meager sum of rupees 20,000 crore has been set apart for recapitalization of public sector banks when the requirement is several times more. At the same time, the government intends to privatize 2 PSBs. The intent of the government is clear. Let the PSBs bleed slowly so that they can all be privatized in the short term. Let us see the reaction of the public to this unconcealed desire to sell off all public sector banks. The tax reliefs and the tweaking of provisions of the tax laws completely bypassed the tax-paying working class and the tax-paying middle class. Each one of the measures announced by the FM will benefit only the taxpayers among the richer classes. There was no cut in GST rates. The mess of multiple rates remains. The saga of protectionism continues. Customs duties have been increased on a number of items in the wrong belief that a stiffer dose of protectionism will help Indian industry. As expected, the finance minister has paid special attention to election-bound states. She announced large capital outlays, let me repeat that word, outlays, for Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal and Assam. People are not fools. They know that the proposals are only outlays and the actual expenditure will happen only after the schemes are approved and over a period of several years, depending upon the pace of implementation. On the 10-point test that we had suggested on 28 January, the budget fails on points 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It barely passes on points. Promised a budget like never before. Her mandate was to present an annual statement of revenue and expenditure for 21-22. What she did, however, was to estimate expenditure over 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years, and in one case, over 5 years. She made a reference to the Honorable Prime Minister 14 times and to the farmers 11 times. A good 40 minutes before she read paragraph 141 of her speech, Bloomberg put out the fiscal deficit and RD numbers for 2020-21. Since the CBI and Enforcement Directorate are underworked, maybe this matter should be referred to them. The budget was a letdown like never before. It was not a budget like never before. It was a letdown like never before. The budget, like the previous one, will unravel sooner than you think. Thank you.